Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break the wall!
Let's get ready. I can't say that, it's a copywritten, but hey, welcome in to the most electrifying hour here every weekend at 216 The Net. This is Let Me Tell You Something, Brother, and we are talking Royal Rumble, Tag Team Showdown, matchups, the whole works, and let's just make sure. Tom, how are you?
I'm doing good. I just saw on there we got Tom and Josh.
Well, who's up there? Well, that's interesting. All right.
That's my son.
Yeah,
this is not my son. This is Alex.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what happened there. We can pull that down. I don't know. What happened? I don't know. I must have been drinking.
I don't know. I think the rejects are sabotaging our show as usual.
Something. Well, of course they show.
They say they're going to show up and they don't. You're just like a Tinder date.
Swipe it. Nice.
Swipe left.
There you go. Of course. Big stuff going on. Rumble coming up.
Hey, we got the Royal Rumble coming up this Saturday at Tropicana Field in Tampa. Our old former co-host Tim Santos will be there with his son, I believe. They're going down there to
they like that Tampa area. Of course,
yeah.
That's Hulk Hogan's stomping ground.
Hey, well, that's like all the old retired wrestlers.
Yeah.
Most of the wrestlers right now, that's where their residence is, Tampa,
St.
Petersburg.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my cousin's down there. I want to go down there soon.
Why don't you just go with the Santos?
I got my kids this weekend and basketball time, so it's coaching and priorities, I guess.
Speaking of Hulk Hogan, he was just back in the news for actually saving a person, being a real hero for once.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot what the story was.
Not a fake hero?
No, not a fake hero. He car accident and actually pulled her out of the
car.
Yeah, the car.
Yeah.
And then his son got a DUI.
Whoops.
Again, which I get it with Nick and what happened, what was it, 10, 12 years ago when he had that horrible DUI with his friend in the car, total the car. Like, that's where
Tiger Woods? Oh, sorry.
He should not be driving at all.
No. Yeah. Well, 3 strikes. And you're out, maybe.
That is an automatic pop out. You're done.
Yeah.
Kicked out.
Yeah, of course. I forgot to shout out to Tom's Productions.
Tom's
Productions.
Productions.
You see there, Tom's Productions right up on the screen. You think it, he'll link it.
With all your pretty and decor apparel needs.
Tom'sProductions.com.
So, yeah, like today we had our basketball tournament. We introduced to the kids the new player of the game belt.
Oh, yeah.
So it's similar to the tag team belts we have here on 216 and that.
The vacant tag team belts.
Right, the vacant ones.
The vacant ones, which I think we now win by default.
Not after this weekend.
They didn't show up, so we'll just have those. And
so all we got to get is one pick right, and we win.
One pick right. And I'm blessed because we don't have Rollins or the man at Shelby Nameless wrestling a match. So.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Well, he won't be wrestling a match.
I don't. Yeah, Rollins with the injury that happened on Monday night, he's not going to be medically cleared. So I don't even think you could do a cash in with Damian Priest, even just kind of like give him a title.
That's what kind of stinks right now. It's because that's the first thing on my list right here is how Rollins got hurt Monday night against his match against Jinder Mahal. Don't hinder the Jinder. And he partially torn meniscus and then a torn MCL, not ACL. That could have been a lot worse, but the MCL. And they're not saying what grade tear it is.
Yeah.
So if it's a grade 1 tear, he's out in a month or two. If it's a grade 3 tear, then we're talking several months.
Yeah.
So, and he's supposed to address the crowd tomorrow. They took him off all the live events for the weekend or whatever.
Which is normally not a good sign from the WWE standpoint, because every time they've done something like that, it's been, they're going to either vacate or, know that you're going to go off on a hiatus for a while.
Right.
Here, let's hear from the rejects on that.
Man.
Crickets.
That should be their new nickname.
The Crickets.
The Crickets. Like it's always something in Philadelphia.
I know a
The
company that can
no-shows.
screen print them.
Yeah.
The no-show.
The no-shows.
Crickets on the front, the no-shows on the back.
Facebook jail squad.
That's right. Not the no-see-ums, they're the no-shows.
So, and on top of the whole, like with that match on Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
is the main event. And for me, it was just, I don't know did you watch it all?
Yeah.
So for me, it was just so illogical with everything going on in there.
Yeah.
So first you have Jinder Mahal, who hasn't been on TV for how long?
Ever.
Well, he
Until The
was
Rock came
forgotten.
Yeah.
Right.
Forgotten, but like came back for the one appearance where they were advertising champion day one Raw, and then The Rock came out. That's the first time we've seen him in, I don't know, Saudi Arabia?
I want to know,
That's
not the
And
last
before
Saudi
that?
Arabia. It would have been not even, I want to say, crown jewel of, 2022.
Right.
Because I thought he was part of. I thought he was part of one of those Black Saturday. I thought he was one of those Black Saturday fires, like from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But that's just the one thing right now, and that's kind of been the thing that, wow, Drew McIntyre keeps talking about. Is like everyone right now, like they come back, and it's like, oh, well, you automatically got a shot.
You automatically get a shot. You automatically get the spotlight.
Yeah.
And we'll touch on that a little bit later, but like going back to the main event, how logical it was first you have not only the weird main event that made no sense, like there was no feud leading up to it.
Yeah.
Because Jinder was kind of feuding with The Rock.
Yeah.
There's nothing talking about.
And they definitely
Seth
should have
Rollins.
made it where like Seth Rollins stepped out and said like you won't talk, like kind of play the whole like, hey, don't talk to him that way or something, to where at least you had some heat
something
between
that
the two.
Sense. And then the other part I didn't like about the match was, I mean, because Jinder has been kind of in a squad with Veer Mahan, I forgot who the other guy is in that group, that trio. But
They were ringside.
they were ringside, interfered in the match. Damian Priest came out, tried to cash in his Money in the Bank, and then Drew McIntyre interfered with that. They got the case, hit Rollins over the head with the case, kicks out of a pin, ends up winning the match, becomes Superman Rollins, like we always saw Superman Cena for how many years? It's like he was triple teamed and hit over the head and still kicks out. Like to me, that was just crap.
Yeah.
And what doesn't make sense to me too is they already advertised next week's Raw match with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Why would McIntyre interfere with Priest cashing in? To me makes no sense. Like you'd want Priest to win the title, so now you have a title shot.
Yeah.
And that to me,
if you're gonna do
I
that,
hate that kind of booking that they're doing right now.
Yeah, I really think that the way they're pushing Drew McIntyre, and I know his contract is up, which we've spoken about before.
Right after
is like,
WrestleMania.
is he a face? Is he a heel? You put him with Judgment Day to where you give him that heel kind of vibe. But now he's like, oh, no. Like every time you see him and Damian's trying to cash in and he puts his arm up, it's almost like, no, we don't do it this way. Or, hey, we don't do this. Like almost kind of like the face style. Like, no, let the match happen.
Right.
Do it the right way. And I just like, it's like kind of like confusing on how they're even booking him too, where
it's like the Big Show years ago. Hey, you're a good guy. You're a bad guy. You're with them. You're not with them.
You're corporate. You're not.
Well.
And for me, like what I would do tomorrow night when Seth Rollins addresses the status of his injury, like because when Becky, what was it, Money in the Bank and the building, right? The COVID year.
Yeah.
Where when Asuka got the briefcase, she got the belt.
Yeah.
Because Becky was pregnant and was going to be out for a while. I think either Seth just has to vacate it and give it to Damian, because what I would really want is them to do it for the Royal Rumble. The winner gets the belt.
Yeah.
Like in 92 with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But because you have this Money in the Bank conflict, you can't really do that. I mean, you can, and it's the logic behind it just drives me nuts right now.
I was actually talking to a friend of mine about that, the Money in the Bank, and he brought up a very interesting angle that does Damian Priest actually hold the Money in the Bank contract?
Oh, does like Sammy take it? When he stole it,
well, no, not Sam. Well, Sammy's another option, but you got JD that brought him the
new briefcase,
the purple briefcase. Yeah. Is the contract in the briefcase? Does he actually have the contract? To where could you do that angle where, you know, Seth drops the title to Damian because of like what you're saying, he's injured. And that's now where, because they haven't really done much with, in my mind, JD, except like R-Truth versus JD.
Right.
And that's it. But like, I could see them being like, hey, him being, I'm tired of being your pushover, your punching bag. Guess what? You weren't even the actual Money in the Bank carrier. Your contract has been right here. And he pulls out the original contract. And now that gives you the inner turmoil.
That'd be a good twist with that.
I could see that. And I was like, oh, it's actually an interesting twist take on it. But I don't think they booked like that.
No, I right now with their booking, I don't like it at all. I mean, right now, what I'm seeing, it's all going to be what draws them the biggest money for each pay-per-view, especially WrestleMania. Like, I think Cody's story is going to get postponed.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be the main event at WrestleMania this year. I think that's going to be Rock and Reigns. And then I don't think Cody actually wins until SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where, because Reigns right now, I have it written down here, he's only guaranteed for 3 pay-per-views this year after Royal Rumble. So it's WrestleMania, Crown Jewel, and then SummerSlam.
Yeah, so there's only 3 other options that you have if he still even has the title.
Which I think they are going to have him keep till SummerSlam, because I believe they said if he holds it till SummerSlam, he'll pass Hogan in his long record. So that's where I see that going, because I think what's going to happen is he's going to wrestle The Rock at WrestleMania, and then at the Saudi Arabia event, he's more likely going to be going against Nick Aldis, the GM of SmackDown.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because he's still fit to wrestle. They're kind of doing that feud right now, where he'll just be like, I had enough of your crap. And
I know it's a long ways out, but I would love to see a Survivor Series type match. The style,
the 5-on-5.
Yeah, the 5-on-5 where you bring, I mean, Paul Heyman would be a joke of it, but well, I'm just saying, because they brought him into it now where it's, you know, Paul Heyman versus Aldridge, and it's like, oh, you're wearing Paul Heyman-esque suits and this and that. Like, I could see them definitely doing some sort of feud with them. But
and that's like with the Survivor Series, the War Games, I think they have to do that with Elimination Chamber. Or not the Elimination Chamber, but the War Games cell, where you have the single eliminations during the match.
Yeah.
So the match doesn't start when everyone's in there. It starts when you got your first 2 guys in there. If one guy gets pinned, he's out.
Yeah.
Then it's 2-on-1. Okay, well, those guys get pinned, he's out.
Yeah.
You gotta
momentum.
That's the only thing I would change with their whole Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah.
Is actually have it be eliminations before.
Yeah, have the pinfall counts so you're actually going for something.
So there's the actual surviving team left.
Yeah. Again, he came out. Seth Rollins came out. You know, very unique, watermelon-esque.
So I heard from the Illinois State Police that the rejects are on their way. Not Tony the Kid, though. I guess maybe Mama wouldn't let him out to play.
Oh,
today.
So he's whooped
2 days in a row.
So that's a default.
It could be. So my people are telling me that it's going to be SG3 and Joe Madness will be here, and they have in their briefcase Tony the Kid's picks along with Zach the Mac's picks. So
okay.
Sounds
well,
like,
now we have more people in this as triple threat.
Well, man is in retirement.
Yeah.
So that's where Joe Madness and Zach the Mac now are teaming up. So Zach the Mac picked up Joe Madness on that. So it's going to be a 3-way, fatal 3-way.
Menage a trois.
That's it. All in the ring, baby. All in the ring. Yeah, but Tony the Kid, I guess, too cold outside. His wee is too puckered.
Hey,
shriveled up like a turtle.
That is it. So the torn meniscus, if that's the worst case, I've had daughters with torn meniscus. I mean, it depends how bad it's torn, of course, but literally, they're basketball players.
Right.
They're back running inside of 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. It's the MCL that's going to be not bad.
Yeah. That'll put a little bit more of a hamper, and then you get the redneck, the robot redneck or the $6 million man knee braces on.
Well, especially with him, it's so much of his finishing move is all like the stomp or the pedigree. Like you're going down on that knee. Like
Right.
that's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
I mean, like playing basketball, you're jumping up, you're running. Yeah, those motions are fine, but when you're slamming on your knee,
that's tough.
But again, like we said before, I mean, his contract's coming up, so it's
Yeah.
like, do you really want to?
And I mean, if he is hurt too, they'll prolong his contract for how long he's out. So I mean, originally it was, I
Well,
think
you
it
know
was
what?
June.
I could see him though too, because the reason he's got it is because he defends it. He's
Right.
not like Reigns who disappears. And I could see him showing up tomorrow and going, "Listen, here it's yours because I can't defend it.
Right.
I have
You
to
deserve a fighting champion."
Yep, I could see that, right? And then Tony the Kid says if they play their cards right, Rollins can still wrestle at WrestleMania. So,
Oh yeah, you could do a rematch potentially.
yeah, or did he earn his stripes to go for the big one?
And that's
Quote,
where
unquote.
they're in like a very tricky, delicate situation right now.
No,
Because I mean, I think they have some backup feuds lined up just in case. You have the man that shall be nameless can go either against Cody or Drew. They're starting to do that Drew friction right now.
they're the main card. He and Cody are main card tomorrow. No, are they going tomorrow?
No, they're doing a face-to-face
They're doing a
chat.
face-to-face
a
chat
A chat.
Okay.
to talk about stories.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, so
kinda-
they're going to try to build this then.
Yeah.
That guy. I don't know.
This is going to be my issue. If he actually wins it on Saturday, I don't think I watch WWE the rest of the year. As long as he's there, like that would be like the guy. He's never wrestled. He had one house show. Or whatever.
Literally, the dude looks like me.
Worse.
Right? I mean, he does. I mean, if you didn't know him, you
Right.
wouldn't know that he wrestled. You would think, oh look, there's a guy who works in a tattoo parlor or something, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like Rock or Triple H or even Kevin.
Well, he doesn't look the part. I mean, like when The
No.
Rock came back, yes, as we said, he wasn't ring shape,
Right.
but he was in shape.
He's still a monster.
Right.
The man that shall not be nameless came back not in ring shape in AEW, and
Right.
also doesn't even look in shape.
Not
He didn't look in
No.
shape when he was doing MMA fights
Right.
either. I mean,
Not even close.
now, I mean, I do give the
He's
man
very slow.
yes. The one thing I will say, and the praise I will give the man is he wasn't one of those people that, he said he went out and he wanted to do MMA. He fought 2 fights. He lost, and that's fine.
Tried it.
But he tried it. And he actually went in there. And I think he got a lot of respect for like that taste. But then it's like you came back and it's like you've been nothing but a cancer everywhere you've gone.
You're not trying to help build the young guys like you said you were. And
Terrible.
like even what he said, MJF, when he came back or whatever, like you want to go be a main event at a 2-night show.
That's right. He's really
crap.
the reason I stopped watching back then, 2008-ish back then, because I'm like, why is this little scrawny fellow? He shouldn't have a title.
No.
I mean, he's a bantamweight or an
Right.
intercontinental guy maybe, but then he ran out. I was like, this is ridiculous.
The only thing he can do is talk.
Yeah, and we're done with that.
Yeah.
The Attitude Era is gone.
And what he talks about is the exact same stuff he's been talking about
Yeah.
12 years ago, 10 years
Did
ago.
they bring the ice cream back yet?
No. Well, AEW did. They had some
AEW
ice-
did.
But like right now, it's like the only thing I would find funny is if he wins it and then Priest cashes in on him right away, because on his last 3 championships would have lasted more than 3 days.
And when you brought that up
Total.
to me this morning, I really would like that angle just because I think it gives him, again, the purpose of coming back. He got the title, but it's just more kind of like, hey, we took that main event away from you again.
Right. And that's what I'm hoping they do is take it away from him. Like, don't give it to him at all.
Yeah. The one thing you brought up a good point with Seth Rollins. If he would vacate the title and potentially did he earn his stripes to go against Roman for one of those 2 titles? My question is, what do you do? Because now you're going to take 2 titles off of SmackDown and now bring 2 titles over to Raw, the World Heavyweight and Universal or whatever. the WWE champion, whichever one he would go after. My question is, do you demote the world champion title to almost a cruiserweight? Because a lot of your guys now are not heavyweight competitors. Like, and you've said this many times. And then I've actually was talking with my wife, and we were looking at like the stats. These guys are max 235. Like, that's not a heavyweight to me.
Right.
Like, that's never been. Even Mike Tyson wasn't that when he was fighting at boxing. So it's like, do you bring back the cruiserweight or a light heavyweight championship because you have so many people on your roster that fits better?
The Intercontinental and U.S. Championship is always what used to be.
Yeah,
it was for the mid-carders, the higher mid-carders.
That's another title. The U.S. title right now, I feel like, and I want to see what Kevin Owens does with that if he wins it. But that's another title. That's another piece of gold that's not on TV enough.
Well, you have both SmackDown championships not on TV.
Yeah,
there was part-time guys.
Yeah.
And I think once Roman is done, they'll right the ship with all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they'll start implementing the whole 30-day rule or whatever, especially as they're going through network contracts. Because I believe right now Prime is the leading candidate to get Raw.
That's what I heard.
So, and they'll keep it on Monday nights. They're trying to get that demographic to then also compete with Monday Night Football or whatever. I wouldn't mind them on Prime. I have Prime subscription, so to me it's fine with me that I can really cancel my cable bill.
Yeah,
but
that's really been the only thing that's keeping us is the live sports right now.
And that's what the issue is with like AEW is they're waiting to see where WWE goes, so Warner Brothers will then re-sign AEW, and hopefully then they get that Max deal subscription. And I think what's been hurting TNA recently, it's just they're losing that Prime cable channel.
Yeah.
I mean, for years that hurt their viewership. I mean, they tried to go against WWE back in, was it 2011 or 10? They did that live Monday night.
Yeah.
They tried to redo the Wars, and then Bret Hart returned for WWE, and that just completely squashed them for that. Like they weren't going to compete with that.
There we go. And let's just throw this in there. Took us 22 minutes to get Bret Hart working. There we go.
He didn't make his 5. Normally he does 5 wrestling corps at basketball. He didn't do any of them today. So I thought he was feeling under the weather. So clearly 20 minutes.
Oh, no, he's a Junkyard Dogs.
You did, but that's one. Normally
the
you
bench
have 5.
squad is my Junkyard Dogs. I try to get them pumped up and pump up their teammates when they get in there. I just want you guys to go in there, play hard, grab the ball.
Yeah, you got 5 fouls, get rid of them.
You're right.
Let's go.
Like, just go, play hard.
Rough them up. I love it.
So
yeah.
Then actually one of them who started today got the belt today because he was getting the offensive rebounds and a bunch of steals and played hard. Like that's
awesome. Then those guys gotta love that belt. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean we're trying.
That's awesome. Yeah, making it fun. That's what it's about.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so then what was kind of funny too is like last month is where TNA Plus is signed on with Endeavor.
Yeah.
For their streaming service,
and their library,
so it's going to be $9.99 a month, just like the old WWE network. I can see this going for about a year for Endeavor to see like, okay, what kind of subscriptions are we getting with this?
Yeah.
Are we making money off that?
Yeah.
I could then see them probably next year after all their TV rights and stuff is signed over to then umbrella TNA with WWE network.
Yeah. All right.
Because they've been kind of talking more Dixie Carter and WWE with like working together. So, I mean, they take a lot of TNA talent.
They do.
And bring them back to
Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it. It's all about control, and if you can take it. It's all about your stand, and if you can play it. It's all about me, who's gonna make it. I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am in control.
All right, best of, worst of, and you can imagine where I'm going with this. Best of, worst of Royal Rumble matches of all time. The absolute worst Royal Rumble you can think of.
Well, okay, are you talking about when they also do like the Andre the Giant, like any kind of Royal Rumble style match, or the actual pay-per-view?
Matches on the pay-per-view or the Royal Rumble 30 man?
The Royal Rumble.
So not 30 man, not like the Andre the Giant champ. Okay.
Right.
Not a championship match before that.
No. The Royal
It's like
Rumble.
Scott Steiner versus Triple H. We can't include that one.
Right. Yeah.
As the worst.
Exactly. So the Royal Rumble.
I think was it 95 was the worst.
You thinking?
That was the first time Shawn Michaels won.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's like where they were pulling guys from like Japan and AAA, I think, or you didn't know who any of these guys were.
There wasn't really a roster at that point.
Yeah, there was like no roster involved. Like, that one was.
And you're saying that's what, 95?
I think that was 95. Like they had just had a roster of like most of the roster I think was depleted.
Yeah.
I would say the early 90s would be mine. I mean, I can't think of an exact one, but going back and watching the footage, like that was again 95, 94 again when they had Razor Ramon and Diesel kind of leave. It kind of really depleted a lot of that roster.
Yeah, that was 96 when they left.
Yeah.
96.
Oh, you're right. It was after 95.
So yeah, because I think 95, because that's when I don't think Brett was the champion. Or he may have been champion. I know he wasn't the champion for WrestleMania. Diesel was a champion for WrestleMania.
No, that was 93, right? Where he faced, where Yokozuna faced Hart.
That was WrestleMania 9 in
that
93, yeah.
9. So who won that? Yokozuna?
Yokozuna beat Brett at WrestleMania, and then Hogan came in for some weird crap to win the title.
Yeah.
And I lied to Brett about dropping into him at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it was 95 was the worst one.
Yeah. The Sportster ranked them on a scale of 1 to 7 or something like that.
For the worst or the best?
For the worst. And the worst they have was 2015. The Royal Rumble. That is the final. What was it? Fans were desperate to see Daniel Bryan win the Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah. That's where Roman won and Rock came out.
Yeah. Yep. And everybody booed Roman.
And that's what they're kind of doing this year, where they don't have LA Knight in it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want him to hijack the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They don't want to repeat that Daniel Bryan situation.
Interesting. And that's ranked, that got a 1.72.
Because everyone knew Roman was going to win that one. It was all set up for Roman.
Yeah.
And that was in Philly, too.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
That was in Philadelphia. Yes, it was. Yep. 1.72. And then which one was that one? The 99 Royal Rumble, centered around Austin and McMahon. Mm-hmm. Chyna made history as the first woman to enter. I don't know. She had a bigger penis than most of those.
Yeah.
I mean, according to the Playboy spread.
She was bigger than Triple H.
I know. God rest her soul. Yeah, and then McMahon snuck up behind Austin to win the Royal Rumble. Yep, that's another bad one. What's the best one?
Well, to me, that was more entertaining, but like 95 was just bad.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if they had 90. The 2022 they had as a bad one. 93. 2014.
Shawn Michaels won it.
Is that the 96 one?
He went back to back.
Yeah, so he won in 96 and
96 is when he went to go face Brett.
Yeah,
95 is when he went against Diesel, and then Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam was the
eighth worst.
That was the 8th worst.
Yeah. So it's right there. Yeah. So I mean, how are they going to say? How are they going to say? How's it going to be good this year?
So I mean, like,
what do they have to do?
For me, with Royal Rumble, it's good watching live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One time, like it's just watch it live one time. Like you don't really go back to rewatch them for the most part, because it's all about the surprise entrance. Who's going to be the surprise this year that comes back?
Yeah. Tony the Kid agrees 99 was the worst with Vince, Mr. McMahon winning it.
But for me, like the best probably would have been 92 when Flair won the belt when it actually meant something.
When it meant something, right? He was like one of the first ones in too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was 2.
Yeah, I think he was 2nd or 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe 3rd. I think you were right at 3rd.
My favorite to me, and I can't even think of what year it was, would be the first year that Kofi did the, hopscotch kind of thing. Like, it was just entertaining. It was different to see someone get thrown over the ropes, but like not get eliminated because they landed on something or got thrown off. I think he hit the barricade on the first. He's done it so many times now where it's lost
last
its
year
luster.
when he screwed up. I think last year, like, he screwed up and they had to eliminate him because they saw it, like, your feet hit the floor.
But yeah, like, I just remember the one where like he jumped down, like, got knocked off and hit the barricade and like held onto the barricade but didn't touch the ground, and then like got onto a chair and then like went around, like did all these, like, it was kind of theatrical, but it was just one of those that kind of stuck with me. I can't think of what year it was. I can't remember who won, but like that moment stuck out to me.
Because that's what we did as kids. We jumped from the couch to the chair.
Right.
Like, hot lava, man.
Yeah, floor is lava.
Arcade.
Now it's called parkour.
That's
Parkour. That's it.
Parkour.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, he also had another one where like Xavier Woods was laying on the ground. And
he landed on his chest.
And then they put the pancakes down and got him back in the ring, or Big E caught him.
Actually, speaking of Big E, it was actually nice to see that I think the Drew Barrymore show, that all 3 of them were together for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
It was nice to see them kind of in upward spirits, because they still haven't said anything about him.
No, the last report I saw was he was done. But now he's saying now there's no timetable for him coming back.
Yeah.
But he's kind of been like the Titus O'Neil role of
ambassador,
making the TV appearances, PR stuff, going to NASCAR or whatever.
But we know also, though, I mean, Daniel Bryan had the same, not same injury, but similar injury. Edge had the similar injury, and then age, and then also kind of came back down the road with another company. And,
that would allow you to do it. But,
and then they brought him back. So, oh, you can still do this.
Yeah.
So that was your best one, huh?
I'd say probably 92.
I like that one too.
But like Tom said, I think also the surprise appearances coming back, those are always the ones. That's why you watch it. Like, I don't really.
Who's the guest appearance this time?
So like right now, well, for the men, Lesnar more likely is coming back to set up a feud with Gunther. So I don't know if you even count that.
That's not even a surprise anymore. Because he's going to be around.
I think X-Pac is rumored to come back. He's been in training, so he'll be like the nostalgia old guy.
Yeah, I've read that there's going to be a ton of oldies there, ton of superstars.
Well, half their roster's old. I mean,
right.
And then Andrade will probably be there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'll get excited about.
Right, and that's the thing. Right, I don't.
I can't say it's someone that I'm like hoping for to come back. That would be like a shock value for me. Andrade would be a decent but again, he's just gonna fit into that.
I mean, it'd blow everybody away if Scott Hall did.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, what I think would be really
Walt Disney comes down.
What I think would be funny is like you have the final 2 guys as Punk, or the man that shall be nameless, and Cody. I almost slipped up there. And then at number 30, MJF's music hits.
Yeah, I think he would be the one that would.
That's the only one that would be, but no one's talking about him. No one's heard from him in the last. I have him on here. I would like him to come up.
Yeah.
But
all right, I'll put a scenario out. Who would you go for? Well, I know who you would go for because one of them should not even it. But man that shall not be nameless, Cody are in the ring. So they're just in their spot 20, 29, we'll just say. And all of a sudden, MJF's music hits on 30. So now you have inside the ring, kind of, to me, a 1, 2, 3 punch from AEW now in WWE saying, hey, 3 of your top drawed guys are now with us. Like, that would kind of be that good.
And
like,
they're going to be main eventing wrestling.
Correct. Like, someone's going to, and just have it where they all go over at the same time. They all hit, where you've done it before, where it's like, who won? Who was the last one to touch? That I could see them, because again, they need to do something. If Rollins is done, now that just takes away that spot at WrestleMania, most likely. So now what do you do?
For me, I just give it to MJF.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would win it too, but
I mean, that's where because the reports were he re-signed with the AEW a year or so ago, and that's why we haven't heard the 2024 stuff at all. And it was just out like during the World's End pay-per-view end of December, where Tony kind of like thanked Andrade, thanked a bunch of people whose contracts were up.
Yeah.
But then really didn't talk about MJF. The only thing they did is they took him off the website.
Yes.
Well, you know who's still on the website? The guys that they contracts are ended. And merchandise for another guy that shall be nameless is still on there.
So it's interesting because right now, Knox County's mayor, WWE old Kane, is up for re-election. Does he show up at the Rumble?
He has the most eliminations.
He does, but does he show up to get political view?
Ah,
You know,
Well, you could be.
good.
come out as corporate Kane as the mayor, Mayor Kane.
Mayor King.
Gets one elimination.
And then for the women, I see Liv coming back, Naomi, AJ, and then Jade making her debut.
I see Jade making her debut. I would love to see them do something with Jade and Natalia as like a tag team faction, whatever you want to say. Because I guess Natalia's been really training her, been training her in the dungeon, and that would be cool to see. I still am holding out for Sasha to make a return.
And that's where I wonder, does AEW reveal her Wednesday?
You could do that
because they kind of WWE did that whole damper with the devil thing, like who's the devil? Who's the devil? Well, now we know it's not the man that shall be nameless. Where some people are hoping it'll be a work or whatever, so that kind of fizzled that storyline. So now if you have Mercedes Moné just show up on AEW Wednesday, okay, we know she's there. She won't be at the Rumble. Or do you put her on Collision? I don't think you do that.
No.
Going head to head with Royal Rumble.
No.
But to kind of, I mean, it, as a deflator, that's the only way how you counteract it.
But I see Naomi being the big kind of drawback, kind of the AJ style, kind of free agent signing for the women. I've heard some rumors of also Beth Phoenix. But again,
I doubt Beth.
Yeah, I just see that one being with Adam being or Ed being over at AEW, Adam Copeland over there. I don't see her coming to WWE. She doesn't even want to wrestle anymore anyway. So
nope. Yeah, because and then what was funny to me, like looking at, there's only 4 listed matches.
Yeah,
you have the women's Rumble, you have the men's Rumble, and then U.S. Championship KO versus Logan Paul, and then the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal title.
Yep, and I'm shocked that they're not banning bloodline interference. I'm shocked that wasn't a stickler for that.
So I'm wondering that they didn't do it just so then Jimmy interferes somehow, and then Jay shows up to cost him.
Yeah, I could see that.
To set up their feud for WrestleMania.
Yeah, to set up that feud for WrestleMania. I could also see where if you want to really pitch the Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania, what I would love to see happen is
I do want to see that stuff.
Well, let me finish here. So what I see happening is Roman Reigns, again, how they kind of ended SmackDown was Roman Reigns was going to set up the spear after Superman punching RKO or Randy Orton. Randy Orton hit the RKO and ended it. Right. I could see them setting up that same scenario, having Soho kind of in the ring to be the interference, and like Roman thinks that he's got him locked. Right. And then The Rock's music hits. And that's where you find out that, again, like I said in the last show, that Soho is brought to you by The Rock, brought to The Rock. No. And that now sets up that feud, because there's been already a time where, Soho said it on the backstage. He's like, I'll take care of it. Yeah. And kind of, you saw that kind of look from Roman, like, So I could see that being now where you kind of put the line in the sand.
Or where Soul jumps up or whatever, and Roman tells him to do something, and he jumps down and walks away,
and walks up to The Rock and stands behind him, and then all of a sudden RKO, Randy wins the title, which I'm still thinking what's going to happen.
Or you see Jay with The Rock too.
Yeah, they pull up together or something, or they pull up to a car and he's talking to someone. They don't tell you who's in the car, and I could see them pulling a lot of angles with that.
Because right now, I mean, they are very short on time getting that storyline. Because you have Rumble this Saturday. When is Elimination Chamber? February 4th, 5th, or something? It's like a week or two after, I think.
Yeah, let's see. I'll pull it up here.
Pull up there. So while you're looking that up on SmackDown, we had the resurrection of Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight champion, got rid of his nickname Butch. So, I mean, that's why a lot of fans were upset when he first was called up, and McMahon changed his name from Peter Dunne to Butch. And it was just kind of like this rabid animal kind of thing.
And honestly, but that's another shot back to where when Triple H kind of took over creative. I see a door moving.
Oh, look who finally shows up. Wearing an AEW shirt. wearing AEW shirts.
Still time
Oh,
to swallow, baby.
you guys got pulled over?
Yeah. Champions are always late. You know us. We're like you. We make fashionably late entrances.
Man, about
You're a champion all the time.
You're not a champion. You got to put
Yes,
those
we
belts
are.
down. No,
Who
you're
has the
not.
belts around them right now? Me. Not you.
You just
So,
grabbed
not
them
you.
from the chair.
They're still around me. They're still around me. Does it look better around my waist than yours?
Oh, my belt looks
Hold on.
better than yours. Anyway.
Let me unmute your microphone.
No, don't unmute.
I haven't seen you in forever, brother. How you been, man?
So, need to show up, hijack our show.
Absolutely. That's what I always do.
I know. What?
Listen, you cure people's insomnia. So,
I'm only here not to get fined.
That's the time to answer your question. So Rumble is the 27th, and then Elimination Chamber is the 24th of
Oh, it's
February.
24th. Okay.
WrestleMania is April 6th and 7th. Yep. So they don't
Alright,
have
so
time.
I mean, they got a little bit of time to build from Rumble to Elimination Chamber. I thought it was sooner turnaround, but
Yeah, but not.
and
not
with
a lot.
Elimination Chamber, I think that they're going to have probably Rhea be a main event.
you think so? I don't think she's gonna.
She's from Australia.
I don't think she's gonna main event though.
I think she'll main event. Who's going to main event?
Elimination Chamber.
I mean, the actual match
The
itself.
actual
Right?
match may,
Yeah.
but
Actual match is over.
you
It's
got
going
to see
to.
Grayson or
Joe, that's what your eyes look like.
Yeah, I know. I forgot my glasses. One day I forgot them.
just leave him
All
here.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Wait,
Grayson
wait.
Waller is going to have his match against who? I don't know.
Probably Austin Theory.
Oh, you think they're going to break him up already?
Why not?
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, there is no other thing right now there.
I think that they got to team up with the Miz,
who,
Austin Theory and Waller. Create that little faction,
and I can see that being the breakup right there of them two.
and then eventually,
Yeah.
feud.
Miz is going up against little Mysterio, right?
Dominic. Oh, tomorrow night on
Tomorrow
Raw.
night, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow night on Raw. Let's see. I got the matches here. So tomorrow night on Raw, we got Cody and the man that shall be nameless face to face. Chit chat, tallywhack, give the dog a
that's
bone.
CM Punk.
Rollins
The best in the world?
is addressing State of the Championship. Priest versus Drew McIntyre more likely is the main event. Chad Gable versus one of the Viking Raiders. And Miz versus Dirty Dom. And
All right.
that's your awesome Monday Night Raw for tomorrow night.
Oh man, it's gonna be a good one.
Seth ain't gonna relinquish the title.
What?
Seth is not gonna relinquish the title.
Nah, I don't think so. I think he's still gonna hold on to it. I mean, he still got enough time to rest up a bit. Depending on how severe the injury is, does anyone know?
That's what we were saying because they didn't say what grade tear the
Yeah.
MCL is. So if it's a 3, that's bad. If
If
it's
it's-
a 1, it's
It's that second opinion right now. They're going to get that right now. Like, what's
They're
that?
getting second, third, fourth,
Yeah.
fifth, sixth, seventh, all the opinions they can.
But even then, these are
Doctor career
athletes.
Daniel Bryan.
These are athletes that are already there. They have done this before. I mean, look at Cena returning back to the Royal Rumble so quickly from his injury, and I'm sure they have all the doctors and all to heal up real quick that little
And their
injury.
vitamins, their special vitamins.
Absolutely.
Cena looks like a guy who had stomach surgery and his skin's just hanging out. I
mean-
saw him on a commercial. I was like, oh my god.
That hairpiece he's got too is just.
You
throwing
wish you
me for a
couldn't
loop.
see him.
Right, you wish you couldn't see him. All right, let's get into the picks. We got about 15 minutes left.
All
Let's
right.
roll into these picks. Let's talk about the Rumble. This is going to be weighted again. Are we weighting these like we have in the past?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How can we weight the Rumble? There's only the 4 matches.
Right.
I
do
think
you do like your top 5 that you think are going to win it and give
Well,
them the points?
the
like
way we
horse
did.
style?
And
The way
then
we
you-
did it was we just picked one. We just
Just
picked
pick
one
one?
winner. Yeah, we just picked one winner.
Because for me right now, it's like I don't want to pick until what happens on Raw tomorrow night because that's going to dictate.
You
The whole
already know who's gonna win it, bruh. Like it's right there,
I
black and white.
refuse.
Yeah, I know you refuse because you want to be blind by it, but you already know who's gonna be it.
Who I think should win it would be Gunther.
But he has the Intercontinental title. They're gonna set
Yeah,
up a
the
feud.
longest reigning Intercontinental title
They're
versus the
gonna
longest reigning champion.
They're gonna
So
set up the
who is
feud
he
with
gonna
Brock.
lose it to? Because he's not just gonna go into Mania with that title.
Why not? You did it with Hogan and Warrior.
I just don't see it in the modern age.
I don't see it in the modern, especially right now. You have the
Yeah.
2 records back to back, and Gunther, of course, is gonna lose to Roman.
All right, hey, you can't listen, Tom. You can't
All
pull out right now because you said we're going to pick on this show.
Hey, I got 4 kids. You know I don't pull out.
Ah,
All right. First match. What do we got? Who is it?
KO versus Logan Paul.
That's
For
probably
US
going to
title.
be a good one, actually.
Logan Paul retains.
I can see that because he's probably going to go into Mania with the title. So Logan Paul on me.
Tom's got Logan. Alex?
I'm with Logan on that one.
Me and TDK Logan.
All right.
Zach, the Mac, his partner, has Logan.
Joe, you got Logan.
So that's all a wash.
So, I thought we were going to put like a confidence grade on these.
Well, how are we going to do it with the picks, though? Like, is it just going to be 1 through 4?
It's like 1 through 5 at least.
One
Yeah,
through
1
five?
through 4. Yeah, 1
because
through
there
4.
are 4 matches.
Yeah, 1 through 4. So I'll put Logan as a 2. TDK has Logan as a 3.
I got him as a 4.
Joe's got him as a 4.
Oh.
What does Zach have him?
Zach? Yeah.
Waiting on that one right now. He just sent me a text.
Jesus, that brother's stoned all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it takes time. Man.
What do you want to do? Don't be influenced.
No.
Remember, it's the Mac Madness.
Yep.
Yep. It's our stable right here.
With
I
the
don't know
Z.
that
I remember
one.
that. With the Z.
That's a good one. I got him thinking.
Well, I mean, that's the only match right now that I think has any like story to it right now.
Sure to it.
Yeah, like
It is good.
Then you wait
Yeah.
ahead.
It is a good storyline. And I really think it's going to be match of the night.
so. Like 4 would be higher or
Higher.
lowest.
You want the
Higher.
most points.
You want the
Yeah.
most points?
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna go with 3 on that one.
All right.
I'm good.
I'll do 3.
All
And
right.
then we got AJ versus LA Knight versus Randy versus Reigns.
Okay. So
That's my 4.
TDK and me 4 for Roman.
Yeah, same.
Same.
So Reigns, everybody.
Except for Zach the
Oh,
Mac.
Jesus.
There goes
Hey,
champ.
talk about this, man. Damn, we should have talked about this before.
He has LA Knight. Are you fucking?
LA.
I can wait right there, bro.
We ain't going to win.
So it's just between us two.
Oh, man.
As always, here you go.
Well, it is what it is.
All right.
What do you go? Were you putting that at a 4?
Yeah, well, but yeah, 4.
man. We're all 4, I think.
Okay. Well, we'll see what Zach says.
I'll send you his numbers later, brother.
It better be a 2.
It better be a 1.
One, right?
All right, women's rumble.
That's all right.
I'm going Becky 1, TDK Becky 3.
I'm going Bailey.
You're going Becky.
Yeah.
I'm going Bailey at a 2.
We know why TDK is putting Becky as a 3.
Buddy Becky, yeah. By the way, hold on, wait. Zach just sent me his numbers.
Yeah.
LA Knight is 4.
I love it.
Logan is 2. So there's that one. And then he actually also gave me his women's Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah.
Nia Jax is 1.
Oh, man. Bro. I'm going to go with Becky, 3. Oh, man.
I was going with Bailey because she hasn't main event WrestleMania, hasn't had a singles match. Makes sense with the tension,
It would be a
damage
good.
control.
It would be nice for her to win it, actually.
Because like Becky and Rhea, they could just go do a WrestleMania match. They don't even
One or a
should
2
be one.
for you.
For me, that's a 2.
Do you think though they're that confident in Bailey though
Yeah.
to have her moment like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alex, where you rolling?
Tom and I talked about it this morning. I mean, we kind of did a pre-show meeting at the game. So yeah, I'm on Bailey with that one.
All right. At a 2?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna pull the announcer. Like, oh no, that's my pick. That's my pick. we can't do that here, guys.
All right. That puts us at the men's rumble.
I ain't got to say it. Shirt says it all.
We're confident.
I
think.
swear, if he wins it,
CM Punk, baby, all day, every day.
You're going Punk.
We're going Punk. Me, TDK are going Punk.
Oh man. I gotta read this,
For
guys.
you, that's a 3. SG.
Yeah. And then for
That's
Tony.
a 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
And
are
it's a
done.
1 for
Tony the Kid, yeah.
Tony. All right. Who you going Punk 2?
Punk 3. Yeah.
No, the man that shall be nameless. You're on my show.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then
no,
Zach-
so wait. So you got Logan as a what?
Oh, yeah, Logan has a 3, brother. You got
Yeah, I
two,
had a 3. Yeah.
3. So 4. And wait, you got Becky as a 2 or a 1?
I had Becky as a 2.
2.
Yeah.
So Punk is a 1.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what is Zach have? He going with Hulk Hogan?
CM Punk 3.
It is the 40th anniversary.
Never know, man. I mean, Xbox is supposed to make an appearance.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
That won't be crazy.
Who you got?
I mean, I'm gonna go with.
You can say whoever you want.
No, I'm gonna go with Cody. I
Cody?
think they are gonna go with him.
Think it's a triple threat match.
I think Seth's news is gonna kind of shake that, and I think it's gonna cause ripple effects. So
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Tom?
Say it, Tom.
CM
Say it, Tom. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk.
Can I have 2?
No. You can only have
Nah,
one.
Because if he shows up, he's going to win it.
No.
If he doesn't show up, he ain't going to win.
Name who's gonna show up then. Just curiosity now.
You know he's gonna say
Well,
it.
here's what we do. Give me who's going to win it, and then we got to do a 10-point for the surprise guest, right? Because that's the big thing with the Rumble all the time is who's the surprise.
I didn't get those
do
from
they
Zach.
even have who's 1 and 2 right now?
They don't have that.
They don't have
because
the
normally
evidence.
they say it in years past, like they'll be like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
1. I drew 2. I drew." They
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
said
years
which-
past, like before, like they used to say, all right, cool, I'm coming as a number 1 entrant.
Yeah,
Right.
you knew kind of like 1
I mean,
through
Ric Flair
20,
steal that
like
shit.
Well, they already had it the
Bret Hart
year.
comes back.
They had the year
And-
like where they do the bingo thing and like
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero stole the
I
ball.
think this is gonna be the same thing with Triple H this year. Because remember, Triple H is running the Rumble with no Vince behind his back.
Who you got?
You still gotta make your pick.
Who
There
you
ain't no
got?
gimmicks
Who's your
anymore.
I said, sure, there's no gimmicks, man. And Tony the Kid didn't
pick?
send you
Man,
his.
in deep contemplation here.
Yeah, man, you
said
got
we
all
were-
stumped.
Fuck this shit. I'm going with The Rock.
There he is.
Ah.
There he is. Just who we were waiting for.
I
Congratulations.
was going to say MJF.
Oh,
Because I think it'd be-
Why?
Because I think it'd be hysterical if it's the man that shall be nameless, Cody and MJF as your final
You
3.
really think he's gonna show up to WWE?
No, because they didn't say anything for
Yeah.
the last several months. and
I don't. I mean,
it's been oddly quiet with him for all this.
I hear he's actually like a favorite, surprisingly,
They are. He is.
All right.
but I don't believe it.
So for 10 extra credit points, here's what we need. We got to make it more. Well, who is your surprise coming in?
how many surprises do we get? We
One.
got one.
Men
One,
and
okay.
women.
Yeah, both men and women. Yeah, 5 and 5. 5 points apiece.
5 and 5.
5 points apiece. Let's
5
go with
for
that.
men, 5 for the women.
I mean,
There's all 5 for each.
Yeah.
We got to pick 5.
No.
I was
No,
gonna say
you
five.
pick
Oh.
one. Each one is worth
Oh,
5.
What's
Oh,
it?
five.
What's it in horse racing when you could pick the 3 top 3 picks?
The
The
trifecta.
trifecta. I already said what I would love to see happen, and earlier on in the show, I would love to see MJF come back to WWE, and I would love to see in the final 3 people on the ring, MJF, Cody Rhodes, and the man that should not be nameless in the
Yeah.
ring
All right, and woman.
as a big to your hat right there.
Or then he
big-
then goes and main events for WrestleMania.
yeah,
Over the man that shall be nameless.
I just think like that would just be the nail in the coffin to this
That'd be
year of
like
AEW.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Or what would be even funnier is
so you
if
got MJF,
Yeah, I got an
and
MJF.
then what woman?
Woman coming back, I'm gonna say Naomi.
man, you stole it.
All right.
But that's fine.
I mean, it's kind of a given already. She already
Yeah.
made her goodbyes in TNA recently.
All right.
Well, fine. Fine. I'll
do
go.
we count Naomi?
Yeah. Do you?
Is it going to be a surprise? Is because she's a free agent?
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Not
but-
surprised.
All right, fine. I'll double down. So Naomi comes back, as we'll say.
Okay.
I'm gonna say she comes back with Sasha.
Oh, okay.
Again, as we said in the show, if you were paying attention to the show earlier, Tom thinks
We
that
know.
AEW might.
Yeah, I think AEW this week will maybe reveal
Introduce.
that they
All right.
sign Mercedes.
Okay.
All right.
Just
Okay.
kind of deflate the
John?
Rumble like how they did with the devil theme when they had the man that shall be nameless. I'm going to say Jade Cargill makes her debut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Andrade makes an appearance with the men's.
Andrade.
Andrade.
Dang
And can I
it.
do Lesnar?
No, you can't do Lesnar. You can only pick one.
Well, I'm saying I'd pick Lesnar, but
Is it on
But,
Andrade? or
but,
Lesnar?
but it's kind of like
Is that a
Naomi.
surprise?
But
I don't think
that's
it's
where
a
it's like
surprise,
because they're setting up the match with
Well, that's
Gunther.
why he said Naomi.
Yeah.
All right, SG3.
For woman, Trish Stratus.
That's not a surprise
How's it not?
because she's still kind of there. Her and Lita, those don't
He's
count.
going with it.
What about Ivory?
Ivory would be a surprise.
All right. She did show up.
I was gonna
that
say
one
she just was in.
And SG3.
I'd let you have Nikki.
I mean, Mickey was already given. She's already talking to her. I'm gonna have to go with my partner on this one. Well, nah, you know what? I'm gonna go MJF too. I'm gonna go MJF. As for my partner, Tony the Kid, for women, he has AJ Lee.
Yeah, let's see. Who
I was gonna say AJ Lee for women as well for me, so calm me down on that one.
And for men, he has Brock.
Brock don't count.
Brock is not a surprise.
Brock isn't a surprise. Tell me he's
It's a
got.
pay-per-view, but he shows up to every pay-per-view.
He shows up to every bit major one.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's not a surprise, TDK. Come on.
Tell us, TDK. Tell us who you got.
MJF would be a surprise.
He has the man that shall be nameless.
Naturally.
A couple times.
Right. Quit swinging from that one. Let's go.
Hold on. It may be a while because he's there. Can I send it to you
What
later?
about Zach?
Hey, he can just put it right here in the comments. Quit being a sissy.
Oh, there he is.
Who?
Quit being a sissy. Let's
Who's
go.
Boo? I mean, they did say, I think I was reading another article earlier today that Jacqueline was talking about how she's got something left in the tank and
Because
That
Oh, I
she
guess
wants-
it's Jacqueline.
The great Moolah, or whatever her name is.
Fabulous Moolah.
Fabulous Moolah.
All right, where you going? What's your guy, Joe? What's your guy?
just as a surprise return, right?
Surprise return.
Or surprise Xbox, okay.
Yeah, well, why not?
Yokozuna.
I like it. And does Zach the Mac have any?
He does not have any just yet, so I'll send it to you later.
Pat McAfee. TDK going.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Okay,
got Pat
I can see
McAfee,
that.
okay.
Oh, that's an
We're not
NFC
doing,
championship Sunday.
but we're not doing guest announcers though. So
I mean,
You don't think
he's,
he's gonna wrestle the Rumble at all?
did he have his moment yet? I thought he.
He wasn't in the Rumble.
No, he was in the
WrestleMania.
Mania.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mania, but he's never been at a Rumble. But that could actually be his opportunity. I don't think he'll shoot it down if he given
They
the
fly him
chance.
out there, and
All right. All right. So
where's
we
the
just
Super Bowl? At?
So-
waiting on Zach.
Zach said he has woman Jade.
The
Okay.
woman.
Yeah, he has Jade, and then
She
whoever Smoking
She
Joe
got
here
murdered.
pick.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said whoever you pick. He said whoever have Joe's picks. So he just said whoever you pick. So yeah.
There we go. All right. It's in. It's in writing.
It's in the books.
It's in writing.
That goes in a lockable box,
So
right?
I-
They can't alter
Yeah.
the picks anymore.
That's right.
We don't alter him.
They-
Baby.
Come on,
they-
The only one that alters him is
I'm
him
taking-
right across from you.
I'm gonna take this to LA with me
All right.
because I'll be on the way back from LA.
So how are they going to set up the whole Jimmy and Jay feud for WrestleMania?
I feel that it's gonna be with.
Is it going to be actually during the Royal Rumble match? Is it going to be
Nah,
before,
I feel it's gonna be like during the Roman match
during Roman match?
because it's gonna be like so. I told you about my friend, right? Basically, we had a conversation where she thinks that Seth. I forgot the conversation, but basically it was. Oh yeah, that the Elimination Chamber was supposed to be Rock versus Roman. That was her conversation with it. Her and I had a conversation, and she said that, and I kind of agree with her on this one, where she thinks that the way they're going to set that one up is like basically having Jamie's the one, Jamie trying to help out Reigns,
Yeah.
but Jay stopping, and then basically Reigns has to win by himself. No
Could be a
Solo,
way.
no Jay, no Jimmy.
Well, it's kind of like a scenario we said, or I said to Tom earlier, was I could see it where Jimmy and Jay both interfere, knock each other out per se, and then you have Solo gonna attack. Let's say Randy Orton, like how they ended SmackDown, and then that's where the Rock's music hits. I don't think he will be in the Rumble. I think his music hits then, and I think Soho backs up the ramp and goes behind the Rock as the elder that sent him, because he was sent by the elders. And then Roman turns around to an RKO. And that's truly what I would love to see happen. Like the inner kid in me right now,
That'd be
That would
great.
be like
Yeah, absolutely.
booking right there, because now you have your Randy Orton beats Roman, so now you have The Rock versus Roman titleless, which now has no draw later.
Yeah.
You have Jay and Jimmy WrestleMania planned right there, and you now can build up to everything.
Oh, Cody versus
And then Cody versus whoever.
Randy.
Yeah, Randy could be, and then he could still finish his story. I think that way almost everyone's happy.
Days.
But again, that's just my inner kid being like, that's what I would love to see. But again, there's so much marketing now, and
Yeah, it's all corporate greed and what they want. Is that their
So
biggest
it's-
ticket is Roman versus Rock.
Yeah.
It is.
That it doesn't matter what Cody's story is. They can
But
delay
I
it.
don't. But again, The Rock has in his movie contracts as well. You can't see him lose a fight. So do you again? Is this now a production value where does The Rock lose?
No,
Well, he's done it.
Because don't forget,
before.
he did lose to Cena.
Yeah, he lost to Cena. I mean,
Yeah. And I mean,
because I think wrestling, it's different with wrestling and the movies.
Correct.
Wrestling, it's always about the history and respect of building that next bridge of talent,
yeah.
passing the torch, and that kind of stuff.
So where did that leave Cody then for this year?
I think Cody doesn't win it until SummerSlam.
I don't think Cody
Like
wins.
his feud next. His
I don't
next
think he
feud.
wins it at all.
I don't think Cody wins until Berlin.
Oh, bro.
I don't think till next year.
Can't carry it. He's not the guy.
Because what I said earlier in the show, from what I read, is Roman is only booked for Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, the Saudi show, and SummerSlam this year. That's it.
So you have 4 opportunities.
So and that's why I see SummerSlam where he passes the torch to Cody,
I don't
see that.
and then he passes Hulk Hogan's record on top of that.
I
know
don't
because
know.
he has to go till September to pass
Oh,
Hogan's
it's
record.
September. I thought it was SummerSlam.
No,
Yeah,
dude, it
September.
has to pass SummerSlam.
But wait, hold on. So let's talk about this. So is Saturday's title? Which title's up for grabs?
They combined it.
But
They combined it, so it's just
Okay.
basically one.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
the
because that's
one-
what they
okay.
screwed up with. They should have done it with Drew. Is okay. This title's up
That's
for
the
grabs.
Hulk Hogan come back. Smack him down, interfere.
pull people out of cars.
Oh yeah. They rip off the shirt.
Now, what I
Yeah.
think would be funny though is if the man that shall be nameless got the belt, and then Damian Priest cashes in on him that night. So his last 3 championship reigns were only 3 days total.
But he still won though. He still got it on record, so it still counts.
We should have done one for the fastest in and out for men and women too.
We could do it. I'm down with that.
But you got to get it all. I mean, we'd have to be like, okay, half a minute or
Yeah,
whatever.
you just do it in 30-second increments.
Yeah.
I mean,
Too late. I mean, I already put it in the.
Oh, you're putting it in the
bowl.
bowl.
It's
like I said,
last-
I would love to see Mayor Kane come down since it's his election time's coming up, Knoxville County, just to see him get one elimination and go.
Who knows how much cheer he's gonna have after he gave the endorsement for Trump? That's the one thing I'm like, yeah. When you start talking politics outside the ring like that, a lot of people are not so happy.
Fans could separate that. very
I don't think
well.
some of them really can though.
I
It
think
depends.
Listen, I
Yeah.
agree.
That's why you-
Don't talk politics.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think with Kane, like they don't care.
Yeah.
It's Kane. He was
Use
part of our
orange,
childhood.
it's fine.
I mean,
I-
Trump was elected in Hall of
Yeah.
Fame with.
Why don't you tell them the same thing? Yeah, you think it. I was about to say, tell them the
Well, I
same
mean,
thing.
like, come on, they elected Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, come on.
Arnold just got sidebarred for wearing a watch out in Dubai. What was that? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he got at a airport. He had a really nice watch on in a foreign country, and
London.
they where?
Heathrow.
In Heathrow. That's it.
Mm.
And he fit a profile, so they.
Yeah, a massive old bodybuilder. That's what the profile you fit.
Jack Australian guy.
Austrian.
Austrian. That's right. That's right.
Australian. Right. All right, listen, that's it, right? So we're gonna come back. You guys are
We're
here during the Rumble.
Yes, we are.
By the way,
Read
you're
Check
more than
Rumble.
welcome to come on, brother. If you want to,
Yeah, you guys are invited. Actually, you know.
How do I know that they'll be here? There'll be empty beer bottles and chips all
Right.
over the fucking floor. That's how I.
And you won't be able to log
These
into.
guys in here yesterday, and I came in and I was like, "What? Who got raped in here?"
Hey, to be fair, 2 of us don't
He
drink.
is wearing gloves.
I understand.
I mean, I've heard the phrase of gloves on. Don't
Ain't no glove, no love. That's all I would always say.
His fingerprints are nowhere in here.
Exactly.
Hey, I got 5 kids, so trust me, I get
I
that.
get it. Oh, I get it.
I mean, I'm still interested in the Elimination Chamber. I want to see if they're actually going to be here.
Listen,
4
watch
a.m.
that.
Listen, we're talking.
we're talking about that one because that day actually have to work. So
Yeah.
if I could work it out with my job, I'll be
Yeah,
here.
you're more than welcome to merge with us that day. Why? Why
The
not?
one that's like at 2 o'clock.
That's a 4
It's like
a.m.
at 5 a. It's at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Well, you guys know how to
At 5 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
No, 5 a.m. our time.
Oh, I thought it was Eastern time.
No, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern, 5 our
Oh,
time.
I thought it was 5.
Yeah, I already
Eastern
looked it
time.
up. It's 5 our time. So that's 4 a.m.
I know we got game that morning, so I'm not doing
There
it.
you go. All right, listen, for all of us here at 21.6 the net, I'm yelling it across the room because my mic is now over at SG3. Thanks for getting caught in the net. Come back, watch the results with the rejects on Saturday. What time are you guys live?
We're gonna be live during the show. Probably starts at 7. Yeah, 7.
Starts at 7.
Probably
7 p.m. ish Chicago time. Be there, be square.
We're still gonna be
Results
champions.
show